verbs become nouns, and after that noun becomes an adjective. It's just same as in Spanish. We form different words from the verb. Even though we don't notice, and maybe we don't remember in primary school that the teacher told us, or maybe the teacher never told us about that. But we use it. We use a lot of verbs as a noun and as an adjective. Como sustantivos y como adjetivos utilizamos también los verbos. Okay? So we have these examples like care, and then we have careful, and it exists careless too. So these examples are that they take both meanings or both kind of adjective, just like we have here. Two endings, two suffixes, full and less. And we have here the examples: care, color, fear, harm, help, hope, meaning, pain, power, sleep, thought, taste, use. I'm pretty sure you have heard all these words already, right? But sometimes we don't stop in thinking like, oh, it's the same word but with a full. Why? Well, now you have why. Because this extra part, the suffix, make it differently.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to upload this presentation also there in Edmodo. But if you are taking screenshots or pictures, it's okay. Then, as you can see, help, you have also a prefix here. Oops. Yeah, and it could be the prefix and the suffix at the same time. Yes, it could be. It is possible. Okay, now you have this list, which you can use with full or less, but not both. Like awful, or awesome, but it couldn't be always. Or brainless is not brainful. Even though I have heard that. Then we have count and countless, or countable, for the possible meaning, the positive meaning. Dreadful, but not dreadless. Endless, but not endful. Yeah? So far, so good?
Yes.
Perfect. Very good. So, now, can you do this? We have 18 now, 16. 8. No, I forgot the other 8. Okay, we have the first 8 sentences. So let's do it. Who wants to try number 1? Tell me, please. Okay, I give you a couple of minutes. Okay, thank you.
What a lovely present that was very thoughtful of you.
Excellent, yes. Number 2.
he is told me.
He has told me. He's told me.
Okay. He has told me countless times about how good he is at food.
Excellent. Thank you. Number 3.
Me.
Thanks.
My best friend is a rich, powerful lawyer.
Lawyer. Powerful. Very good. Thank you. Next. Okay.
Me.
Okay, Aaron. Thank you.
You must remember to recharge your phone without its batteries. It's useless.
Are harmless. Although everybody knows that cigarettes are harmless. Harmful. Yes.
Yes, it's number 4, right?
Yeah. Useless. Okay. Thanks.
Me, teacher number 5.
Okay. Thanks.
Although everybody knows that cigarettes are harmful to our health, many people still smoke.
Yeah, I know that. Thank you. Number 6. Please.
Me, teacher.
Thanks, Carlos.
The new self assistant, the one really help us and real.
Helpless. Was really helpless and rude. Okay. 7.
Me, teacher.
Okay.
Look at the newborn baby. He's completely helpful.
Painful. Very good. Then number 8 and the last one for this exercise.
Me, teacher.
Thanks.
Despite he has lost some points, he's hopeful they can win the game.
Hopeful. Yes, perfect. Now I'm going to show you the answers so you can see if you write it correctly and if you have it right also. Just a screenshot or something that you want to, or maybe you are quick or fast at writing and you can write it. Why they call themselves defining and why they call themselves non-defining. Both of these relative clauses used pronouns, as you can see, and these pronouns could be these ones: whom, who, and which, los cuales los puedes sustituir por that, and then could be possessive like whose, and they could be for the place where and the time when. We have the difference here with who, which is only used for a person, and we are going to be using that. Okay, don't worry. Lo vamos a ver por separado cada uno if you want, because as I understood, you already covered all this, but a quick review is very important so your brain starts remembering all that stuff that you have there in the drive storage there. Well, then we have the non-defining. And they use the same almost. Who, whom, which, whose, where, and when. Okay, so, well, remember those categories, okay? Defining relative clauses. Why defining? Define, definition. Okay, yes, it has to do with that. As the name suggests, what does it say here? Gives essential information about the person or thing or place or animal we're talking about. Y como dan esa información esencial y básica, por eso se llaman defining, porque están definiendo esa información que se necesita para entender. ¿Ok? Si no la tenemos, queda incompleto o queda una laguna en nuestro entendimiento y es ahí donde hay mala comunicación, right? So, you have to be careful with these ones. For example, we have dogs that like cats. Okay. I'm talking about what? The dogs who likes the cats. Yes? I'm not talking about all the dogs in the world. I'm just talking about dogs that like cats. So far, so good? Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you can see, the defining relative clause, that, this one, give us the information. If you remove that, dogs like cats. I'm talking so general. I'm generalizing that dogs like cats. And it's not true. Not all dogs like cats. We know that. That's why it's very important here the use of this clause. Is a defining clause. Okay? Now it's better. It's clearer now.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you. Now, again, defining relative clauses are composed of a relative pronoun. This relative pronoun sometimes is omitted. A verb and optional other elements like the subject or object of the verb. Okay. Relative pronoun we covered in the first slide, you remember? Aquí están. Examples. Children who hate chocolate are uncommon. We have the elements here. The verb, the pronoun, the relative pronoun, the relative clause, commas or parentheses are used to separate non-defining relative clauses from the rest. Pero todavía no vemos non-defining. So it's just like a warm-up for the next non-defining relative clauses. Okay, examples. They live in a house whose roof is full of holes. An elephant is an animal that lives in hot countries. Let's go to a country where the sun always shines. The reason why I came here today is not important. You have this little box at the bottom. If the relative pronoun is followed by a verb, it can't be omitted. Porque recuerda que ahora vamos a ver cuándo puedes omitirla y cuándo no. Bueno, aquí está el tip. And you can see it. Take away who. ¿Puedes omitir el who aquí?
No.
No. It's senseless. Yes. Then, they live in a house whose roof is full of holes. Okay. Can you remove whose? And understand?
Yes.
¿Sí lo puedes remover? ¿Y puedes entenderla bien la oración? Si quitas whose?
Well, I think no. I think it loses its sense, but it is not followed by a verb.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So
Which is,
it can be.
it can be, okay, check this. If the relative is followed by a subject and or plus a verb, we have here subject and a verb. It's almost sure you can drop it. Almost sure. But for example, we have here, I think, this exception because is meaningless. Yes. Like roof is full of holes. In a house, roof is full of holes. We need an extra here, so we have to keep it in this case. But it's almost sure that if you have the subject and the verb, you can drop it, or you can cross it out. Okay, so make sure you understand this little box and you got it, baby. Okay, so we have more examples here. The reason why, because, I'm sorry, this is a reason. Aquí está dando una razón. This is talking about places. And I don't have here the one about time. But what about you guys, the rest of you? Are you understanding all this? You have a better idea now? Who, whose, where, when, which, that. And these words can appear or should appear after the person because they are referring to that person, talking about person. It could be thing, place, time, or reason, or animal. Aquí no lo ponen, pobres animalitos. A ver, discriminación. Pero okay. Los ponen con cosas. Yes. Okay. A eso se refiere todo esto. Y si te fijas, se puede referir a la persona como objeto, a la persona como sujeto, a la persona como el posesivo de esa persona. Y son prácticamente lo mismo, excepto cuando es una cosa. When you're talking about a thing or an animal, you cannot use who. And when you're talking about an animal or thing, you cannot use who or whom. Este es that, ok, nada más que se me separó, porque como que se hizo chiquita aquí. But talking about possessive, you can use whose, which is the property of someone. When talking about place, you only have where. When talking about the time, you only have when. And about reason, we only have why. Good? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now replacing with that in spoken English. All of these that we have read about can be replaced very often by that. It has to be when you have to speak formal or in written English, you have to use whom. If you are asked to write an essay or in your thesis or something, you have to use this kind of vocabulary, whom. But if you don't have that and you only have to use communication around the world, you can use that. Okay, in the following examples that I'm going to show you, we have like the replacement of that. I mean, of who, which, for that. Like this. The dish that I ordered was delicious. And you can use which. Ok, si lo puedo reemplazar, entonces, ¿por qué existe? Bueno, porque queremos ampliar el vocabulario, ¿no? The thing is to increase your vocabulary and to change the way we say things. And why am I always using that, if I can use which? Why am I always using that if I can use who? Well, that's your choice. If you want to start trying, you can do it. Okay? So, again, the man that came with her has already left. You can use who instead of the man. When do I use it? Wherever you want, whenever you want. You don't have like to use it here and now and then. No, it's as you want to speak. How do you want to speak? What word do you want to use? It's only that. It's just in Spanish. The doctor that I was hoping to see wasn't on duty. Whom? Because I'm talking about my doctor. Yeah? This one. This person. Then, attention. Beep, 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 beep. Wake up. Again. It's the same. We have here the example. Well, in the following one, I have the example. But you can omit it if the object of the clause. When the relative pronoun is the subject, it cannot be omitted. Remember that we saw in the little box? You can usually tell when a relative pronoun is the object because it is followed by another subject and verb. That spoke at the meeting was very knowledgeable. Yes? The woman that the man loved was living in New York. Ok. En la segunda oración puedes omitirla. ¿Por qué? Aquí no hay verbo. ¿Te fijas? ¿Sí? Si no hay otra persona que tiene una acción esta persona. Y aquí la acción esta es de esta persona. No podemos quitar el that que nos está dando esta información de que esta persona lo hizo. ¿Ok?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Oh, yes, I heard more voices. Non-defining. Tan, tararan. What? Non-defining clauses give extra information. That is, we could remove it without changing the meaning of the sentence. O sea, están como especificando de más. Ajá. Y si las quitamos, pues no hay necesidad de... o sea, no modificamos nada si las quitamos. Ejemplos. Bueno, antes de los ejemplos. They're always separated by commas. That is never used. Pronouns can be never omitted. Yeah. So, careful. That means you, I, we, who, etc., right? The antecedent is usually a proper name of a person or thing. Like fulanito, sustanito, menganito, etc. And it contains a possessive like my sister, yeah? My sister Anna, or his, her, the definite article the, or demonstratives like this or that, these or those. Those are the defining. Non-defining, I mean. Sorry. Okay. Examples. Mary, oh, proper name, is my cousin. Who cares if she arrives late at the party? But maybe I'm giving that extra information to specify you that girl who arrived late at the party, well, that girl is my cousin. Yes, but it's not. If I cross out this sentence, or these extra words, you can understand me that Mary is my cousin. Yes. Same with Paris, which is the capital of France. It's a beautiful city. Paris is a beautiful city. Yeah. Paul, who I saw at the party, is so handsome. Paul is so handsome. That car is a Ferrari. Yes. Come on. What are you going to say?
No, that you asked who was so handsome, no? I said Paul.
Thanks. So far, so good?
Yes.
Perfect. So when they ask you to join the sentences, you start doing this. We have this. The man is very tall. I saw him yesterday. Which one is the common element? The man and him, right?
Yes.
Cross out the second element. Which one is the second element? I moved I moved the cross. Is it him, right? Well, those are the instructions. Check this. Start copying the first sentence until the first common element. Write the relative pronoun. Who, which, or whose. Then copy the second sentence except the element we have crossed out. Oh, está todo. I'm sorry. If there is anything left from the first sentence, copy it afterwards. Check if you can write that instead of who, whom, or which. Check if you can omit the pronouns. And your sentence is ready. You join two sentences and you could omit the relative clause. And you have a sentence, a complete sentence made up from two. Well, these steps you do these steps without thinking. Well, yes, you think, but I mean without thinking in step by step, etc. But you know now how to do those steps, and this was just a reminder of your expertise. Any trauma left? Confusion? Question? Complain? No? Are you sure?
No, teacher.
Perfect. You are amazing, guys. So we are ready to continue, right? Yes, we're ready. Because we have to continue. We are going to be using these relative clauses the whole week. So, queda mucho. Pero sí. Is this, remember this celebration when we start our unit? The Up Heliha or something like that? Up Heliha? Yeah. Well, we are going to read a little more, even though we watch a video.
Days before the festa starts, so it's really cute, and I love because you can share a lovely moment. I mean, in my personal opinion, with my favorite group and the fans, and I don't know, it's really cute, and every year it's happened. So yes, that was my favorite celebration.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Something, but my favorite is one adobo that my grandma cooked, and I love when we are together. So it's for that reason it's my favorite day.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for sharing. It sounds delicious. Who else is ready? Come on.
Hey, teacher.
Thanks, Brenda.
Well, my favorite celebration is Christmas because I love to put the Christmas tree together with my nieces. And I enjoy preparing dinner. We love breaking the piñata together. Finally, give us a cup of my night.
Celebration is my birthday. It's an amazing day for me, as that day I really enjoy everything around me, from walking to talk with new people to talking with new people. My birthday it's March 33rd, and my parents organize a small meal among us. and I hang out with my friends before to the meal. And sometimes it's difficult to do everything, but but I don't worry because I am with my loved ones, and that's it.
Oops, my microphone. Thanks. Thanks, Arturo. Thanks for sharing.
I don't have like a favorite celebrate, but I think that the birthdays of my family, of my cousins, aunts, because we have like the tradition to buy another small cake for the photo, because we we push each other to the cake, and yeah, it is like a disaster, but it is funny.
I can imagine it gets fun. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Come on, guys.
Me, teacher.
Thanks, Nestor.
My favorite celebration is New Year's Eve because it's a beautiful day when I live with my maternal family for a whole day. And I really like this day because it's the end and the start of a year. I like to write in my purpose, thinking in the things that I did during my year, remember the best moments, and the more important, stay with my family. And that I enjoy most is thank for everything that I have in my year. Go to pray because my family is Catholic, so well, and play with my family. After the dinner, we break a piñata and we play table games and we talk about our adventures during the year. And definitely, these things are that I enjoy of the day.
Perfect. Thank you. It is board games.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Then, who's next? We are missing 3 people.
Me, teacher.
Thank you, Sam.
My favorite holiday is Christmas because on that day I meet my paternal grandfathers and cousins. And we usually don't see them, so I really enjoy being with them and eat delicious dishes, have a lot of fun and a nice family meeting. And when I really enjoy it, and that's the main reason why it's my favorite holiday.
Thank you, Sam. Thanks for sharing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Damaris or Esteban?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
My favorite celebration is Christmas. It is my favorite celebration because of the mouth-watering food that is made on that time, and because all the people I love. When you say all the people, it is like the singular. I mean,
Singular or
you have to
plural?
add singular.
All people I love
Uh-huh.
are together.
Okay. All the people I love gather and take a good time together. And well, I really enjoyed the stuffed turkey and spaghetti. And my favorite part of that night is the secret thread or the gift exchange.
Ooh, amazing. Thank you. Yeah, and especially when you have like a big family or you are like, you gather together like the cousins and aunts and all kind of family. Well, it's amazing the stuff that you create that. But thank you. Thanks for sharing. And the Maris? Dun, dun,
Yes, teacher. My favorite celebration is Christmas because I can spend a lot of time resting on vacation with my family together because we choose a place where everyone can be and that apart from it allows us to know it. For example, magical towns. It is also nice to prepare and eat delicious delicious things and talk a lot. And also like New Year because it's good to know that I will be able to learn and know new things and celebrate one more year with the people that I love.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And yes, I agree with you. Christmas celebration and birthday celebrations are amazing and it's a way to celebrate life, to be thankful about and about everything. And I don't know what